morning, and thank you for joining us for the 23rd Annual Citizens Award. My name is Katie Mahoney. I'm Vice President of Health Policy at the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, and it is my pleasure to co-present the award today for Best Health and Wellness Program with Mark Ryan.
Hi, everyone. I'm glad to be here in person. I was online last year, so it's nice to be back in person with everybody. My name is Mark Ryan, and I'm the head of site management for Bayer Healthcare. And last year, Bayer won the award in partnership with Kits for Life. And this initiative is an opportunity to donate surplus clinical trial supplies to organizations and communities in need around the world. This award helped Bayer make Kits for Life a standard in all of our US-run clinical trials. And in addition, we're continuing to strive to roll this out as a global standard and ultimately our dream to be a pharmaceutical industry standard. Basically, in my opinion, it's just the right thing to do. So on to this year's award and nominees. The 4 nominees this year are BD, FedEx, Johnson & Johnson, and Summit BHC. And we're going to see a short video montage of the 4 nominees.
The finalists for the 2022 Best Health and Wellness Program Award are BD. Community Health Centers, or CHCs, provide life-saving care to over 30 million people in the U.S., 67% of whom earn an income below the federal poverty line. Since 2013, the BD Helping Build Healthy Communities initiative has donated $22.6 million in cash and medical products to support community health centers. These contributions helped millions of vulnerable patients, including minority groups and U.S. veterans, manage complex chronic diseases and improve their overall health. FedEx. FedEx learned on a conference call that the American Red Cross was focused on tripling the number of African American blood donors. Sickle cell disease primarily affects African Americans, and the blood type of African Americans greatly assists in pain-relieving transfusions. FedEx quickly reached out to the American Red Cross to offer their transportation network and cold chain capabilities to support these efforts. FedEx also provided a grant to help with marketing, volunteered their in-house production team to create a video for the campaign, and increased the in-kind shipping allocation they provide annually. Following the launch of this initiative with FedEx support, blood donations increased 300%. Johnson & Johnson. In 2020, Johnson & Johnson committed $100 million over 5 years to invest and promote health solutions focused on closing the health gap for people of color and embedding inclusion and representation across business processes and practices, including developing human capital, investing in more inclusive research and innovation, and supporting advocacy efforts that address the most significant health disparity challenges. These efforts also align with Johnson & Johnson's values to operate as an ethical business and be a leader in changing the culture of healthcare. Summit BHC. Due to the limited addiction and mental health treatment programs qualified to meet veterans' unique needs, Summit BHC established the Tactical Recovery Program with 22 locations across the country. Tactical Recovery understands the full impact of military service and specializes in serving military personnel, veterans, and first responders. Through its partnership with PsychArmor, it provides a culturally competent and trauma-informed environment, tailoring care for everyone using evidence-based practices focused on improving long-term health and wellness outcomes throughout the entire process.
What amazing work from all of our finalists. I'm sure our judges had a hard time deciding. The winner for the 2022 Best Health and Wellness Program Award is Summit BHC. Accepting on behalf of Summit BHC is Katie Ross and Katie Civiletto Strenger.
Congratulations, amazing program.
So about a year ago, right around this time last year, at one of our locations, we had a really sudden increase in veterans needing residential level of care, so pretty significant crisis situation. And we were running out of space. And the local veterans hospital was already beyond capacity. And so very quickly, it was all hands on deck to renovate and open up another location so we could be able to support all of those that were in need of treatment and get them in a safe place prior to the holidays. And I was there putting together metal bed frames to make sure we could meet that timeline and get them in as soon as possible, and just cut my hand a little bit on the metal bed frame there. And I just kind of smiled to myself and realized, like, wow, now I've literally put blood, sweat, and tears into this program that I'm so proud of. So I want to say, on behalf of myself, our team across the country, and my family, thank you to the Chamber for recognizing Summit BHC's efforts to improve community wellness and access to care, specifically for the military and veteran community. Through our program, Tactical Recovery, and a huge thanks to our partners at PsychArmor, Dr. Tina Atherall and Carol Turner, and their team for this nomination.
Thank you, everybody, for the support, and we really recognize that our healthcare providers really needed to have that military cultural competency training and support, and the research backs that. The lack of cultural awareness drives health disparities, and it also drives poor outcomes, and the data also shows that 13% of providers are ready to offer that culturally competent quality mental health care for veterans. So we wanted to echo Penny Pennington this morning. She mentioned the importance of partnering for a purpose, and that's exactly what we were honored to do by partnering with PsychArmor to ensure that our providers and our treatment services are prepared to deliver the specialized services that our military community deserves.
And as a relatively small 10-year-old company, I can honestly say we were surprised and honored to be here in this room among so many phenomenal, impactful companies and leaders. But as a lifelong member of the military community myself, our tribe, we're even more honored to serve those who've served, helping them rediscover hope and wellness in their battle with mental illness and addiction as they make recovery their next mission. So I'd like to ask everyone in the room who is current or former service member, veteran, military spouse, or the parent or child of someone who served to please stand. Thank you for your service and sacrifice.